Hey, what's up? It's Ben Nathan, the Benjo Man. I just wanted to convince you today that God really cares about you. In 2 Corinthians chapter 1 verses 3 and 4, we hear that God is the God of all comfort, who comforts us in all our troubles so that we can comfort those in any trouble with the comfort that we ourselves receive from God, and he is the Father of compassion. That's what that verse says. In Galatians chapter 3 verse 13, we hear that Christ is our redeemer. In 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 verse 9, we hear that we have not been appointed by God to suffer, but to receive salvation from Jesus Christ. Now, God sees us and he cares about us. There are many stories in the Bible that affirm this. For example, in Genesis chapter 16, verse 13, we hear of a slave woman named Hagar who's on the run. She's running away from her life. Yet God comes to her and he comforts her and he says, "Return, I am with you. Everything's going to be okay. Return to your life." And she praises him as the God that sees me. In Luke chapter 19, verse 5, a tax collector, a very short man named Zacchaeus, disgraced by his community, climbs up to a tree to try to see Jesus. Yet Jesus looks up to him. The God of all creation looks up to the sinner and says, "Come down here. I need to eat dinner at your house tonight. I need to spend time with you. I see you." In Mark chapter 10, verse 21, we hear of a man that was trying to justify himself before God and try to convince himself that he could make it into heaven. Jesus looks at him, it says in verse 21, in his error, and Jesus sees the way that he's sinning, and he just loves him. It says, Jesus looked at him and loved him. "One thing you lack," he said. "Go, sell everything you have and give to the poor, and then you will have treasure in heaven. Come, follow me." He looked at him in his error and loved him. He didn't hate him. He didn't judge him. He looked at him and loved him. In Mark chapter 5, we hear a story where Jesus went all the way to the other side of a lake just to find one man that was suffering from a demon, from a legion of demons. He went all the way over there just for that man when everyone else ran away from that man and was terrified of him. Jesus pursued that man to absolutely no end. He never stopped fighting for him, he never stopped chasing him, and he healed him. And Jesus is going to do the same thing for you. Like one of the sheep, like one that was lost from the 99, Jesus will never stop looking for you. He loves you. God bless.